Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So 7 months ago in January, I switched my Tundra from 0W20 to 5W30 in the dead of winter, very cold sub-zero temperatures. And I've been running 5W30 in that truck ever since. Let me show you what I found and why I'm going to stick with 5W30 in my 2022 Tundra. All right, so if you remember back to January of 2026, there was a lot of discussion around these engines, and there was active recalls before the second recall came out and then a third. And so we were going through a lot of discovery back then. People were questioning why these engines weren't lasting. And one of the things that I had honed in on early on was that the film strength on the bearings seemed to be a potential issue. And so running a thin oil under a high stress engine like the V35A is, under load and under heavy, extreme conditions, could cause some excessive wear and maybe some damage to the engine. And so I was looking at what oils can you run. And when I started looking at the international manuals, I saw that 5W30 was a potential fix for this, and it was recommended in a lot of other countries for this engine in other vehicles with the same engine in it. So that's kind of why I went with the 5W30. It's approved by Toyota in the rest of the world. I wanted to bump up the margin and the protection a thicker oil provides, and so the high temperature, high shear rating will go into that and show that that is higher with 5W30 than in a 0W20 oil, especially when the oils start to shear out, which they tend to do in a turbocharged engine with the stresses, the heat, the fuel dilution, all the different things that contribute to your oil and the life of that oil. So that was kind of the problem I was looking to solve when I made the switch. I wasn't sure it was going to work, but I wanted to see, so I documented it all and I shared everything along the way, all the steps, what I was seeing. So I wasn't necessarily concerned about maintaining my warranty coverage. My truck already had the engine replaced under the recall, which is not related to warranty, which is not related to service history and maintenance that's done on the truck. So I wasn't concerned about warranty. I plan to keep my truck long after the warranty. So I'm going to lose it at 60,000 miles anyways. And I want to make sure that my engine lasts and is protected for up to 200,000 miles plus. So that's why I looked at what oil is going to get me the best protection. And that was kind of the problem I was looking to solve when I made the switch to 5W30 in my Tundra. Okay, so when I made the switch and posted a video or two about making the switch and showing the change that I was doing to the truck, a lot of people commented like, my truck is going to blow up, you're going to kill your gas mileage, the evap emission systems are going to lock up in your truck, it's going to throw engine codes and things like that. None of that has happened. Anything that I observed, I didn't observe any noticeable difference in gas mileage, miles per gallon that I see on the highway or driving around town. I didn't have any check engine lights. I didn't have any excessive oil pressure. The gauge, the oil pressure gauge, reads the same. There's no change. The truck has no problem starting in the winter, starting in the summer, cold, hot, it doesn't matter. And it generally warms up the same amount of time that I showed in the cold start and the from a cold start startup, fully warming up the vehicle. So I didn't notice anything that was out of the norm. Seems to run just fine. On the contrary, I noticed some positives right off the bat. The truck ran a lot smoother. The truck ran a lot quieter. The engine was much quieter, especially when towing. I noticed I heard a lot of metal on metal contact and scraping and kind of a turbo spinning up. I could hear a lot of that on 0W20. And after I made the switch the following year, in these last 7 months when I've been towing, I noticed that everything was much quieter, and I don't hear any noises like that when I'm towing, even in the mountains now. So it was positive indications. The evidence, what I was observing, points to this being a good choice for this truck. Okay, and so then I ran some oil analysis samples through a lab to measure and detect, like, what's the data showing on the oil that I'm taking out. So I did a sample on 0W20 oil that I had just taken out of the truck at 805 miles on it. I know it's a short interval and it's not going to show a full picture, but it will show what the indications are because it's prorated to the amount of mileage on the oil. So I ran that test and you can see it here. But then I ran the same test at 805 miles on the 5W30. I pulled a sample of oil from the truck, and I ran that through an oil analysis lab sample. And I got the report back, and it was actually a really good comparison because it showed very similar performance, no excessive wear with the 5W30, and that was during cold winter temperatures and cold starts. So the point at which a thicker oil is going to be the weakest in a cold start like that, it showed no excessive wear in my Tundra and the V35A engine. The only thing I saw that was really different was that the copper was actually a lower wear metal indication in the 5W30 than there was in the 0W20, which surprised me. So it seemed to perform even better at protecting and minimizing wear in the engine, even during cold winter months of January, February, March timeframe. The other thing that I mentioned was the global specs. So when you look in the manuals at these international manuals for the same, either a Tundra, like the one that I show here for the Mexico manual for the third gen Tundra, you can see that 5W30 oil and even 10W30 oil is recommended for the truck down there. Right across the border in Texas, we're limited to 0W20. So you can see that it's there. Manuals around the world all show the option to use up to 10W30 in the V35A engine. So that was a good indication to me that it wasn't necessarily the engineers at Toyota that weren't recommending this viscosity range of a thicker oil in truck, especially for heavy duty use, but it was that the regulatory environmental side of things were restricting it in countries where those regulations are tighter, like in the US with the emissions control and things like that. So that gave me confidence that it's approved for the engine. Toyota engineers designed the engine to handle that range all the way up to 10W30. So it gave me, in my opinion, the green light to go ahead and use it and try it, especially if you're not concerned about voiding your warranty and making that switch in your truck. So my goal, like I've stated before, I want to keep this truck for a long time. I want to keep it well past warranty. Try to get it up to 200,000 miles, like I've done to other Toyotas that I've owned. I brought a 4Runner up to 215,000 miles before I sold it. And so I want to keep this truck for 200,000 miles plus, keep using it as a truck, tow things with it, work with it. So since I'm more concerned about the long-term durability and longevity of the truck, I want to give it the best chance and minimize wear and give it the most protection that I can give it. And so far from what I'm seeing, based on the oil analysis samples that I've seen, the evidence that I've seen and heard while driving the truck, while running it, while towing with it, it seems to run really well on 5W30. So for that reason, I'm going to continue to use 5W30. And in my area, I'm in the Northeast, but not extreme colds. I get to about 0 degrees, maybe a couple days of negative temps Fahrenheit. But 5W30 performed really well for me even in the winter. So I just see no reason to go to a thinner oil for the winter. I'm just going to stick with 5W30 year round and run it even in the winter time instead of going to like a 0W30. I don't see the need to do that in my area because I don't see extreme temperatures like some of you do way up north in Canada or Alaska and northern US. So I'm not saying everybody should do this. If you're concerned about warranty and you want to maintain your warranty to the letter of the law, go ahead and stick with your 0W20. I think there's benefits to doing that, especially maybe if you're in the cold or you're using the truck for only light duty use. It could make sense for you to maintain that. What I would recommend is always keeping the oil change interval short, so cut it in half at the most. So I would only do between 3,000 to 5,000 miles between oil changes on these trucks with a turbo engine. In any turbo engine, I would recommend that. And that's what I'm doing on my vehicles, both in my Tundra and the Grand Highlander. I'm doing 3,000-mile oil change intervals just to keep it short, keep the oil clean. The oil is very important to a turbocharged engine. It cools it, it keeps it clean, it's lubricating the turbos, the bearings, everything in there. It's under a lot of pressure, and with fuel dilution, it doesn't hurt to keep it clean and changed out every 3,000 miles just to keep that interval short. But if you are looking to keep your vehicle for a really long time and keep it well past the 100,000, 200,000 miles, I think it makes a lot of sense to look at potentially using a 5W30 or a thicker 30 weight oil in your truck because it's going to give you more protection. especially under load, high load conditions and stress. So that's why I'm sticking with it. You should maybe consider that, especially once you're out of warranty. Maybe you can make the switch and do something like that. But I think it makes sense for me and my use case in my truck to stick with the 5W30. So I'm coming up on 3,000 miles on the 5W30 Pennzoil Euro spec that I've got in the truck right now. And I'm going to be running a sample of that through the lab, and we'll do a video on that to report the findings of what the data shows. That'll be a good first real run of a lot of towing, a lot of heavy use through the summer with the 5W30 in it. That we'll be able to see and look at the data and compare that to the universal averages for the Tundra from the lab that are going to show mostly 0W20. We'll be able to compare the difference. So I'll post a video of that when it comes out. Now that should be in the next month or so when I post that and get that data and can present that to you. Stay tuned and keep an eye out for that when it comes out. I think you'll find that very interesting when that data is available. All right, so again, thanks for joining. I'll keep you guys posted and updated on this truck, but I still am running 5W30. I plan to keep it in the truck. It's running great, having no issues with it. Wanted to share that update with you guys so that you can see it's still going and I'm not running into any major issues because of making that decision for my truck and my maintenance strategy. So until next time, we'll see you on the next video. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.